As you all know that a stack is a linear data structure in which insertion and deletion takes place at one end, and that one end is known as top of the stack. Over here, while implementing the stack operations using C, we need to take care of top pointer because that is the only pointer through which we can perform push and pop operation. Now, what is push operation? It is a process of inserting a new element at the top of stack. Similarly, what is pop operation? It is an operation through which we can remove the elements from the top of the stack. Over here, I have implemented a C program to perform various stack operations using user-defined functions. In this program, I have created three user-defined functions for push, pop and display operation. So let us start the understanding of stack operations using C. As you can see over here, initially when there are no data available in my stack, at that time top pointer will be available at -1 position. So initially top is assigned to -1. X is used to store the value retrieved during the pop operation. Max is a variable which represents the total size of a stack. RES response variable is used to ask for the user whether user would like to continue to perform the operations or not, and CH stands for selecting the choice from the user since I have implemented a menu driven program. Okay, now in the first step, yes, over here you can take, here you can see I have taken a dynamic integer array. Instead of that, you can take a static integer array with a static fixed size. Okay, but I'm asking the total number of elements to be stored in stack from the user. That is why I have taken the pointer s. So initially I'm asking for the size of stack, then I will display a menu. Depends upon the menu selection, user will provide the choice, and accordingly I have implemented a switch case program in which the case 1 represents the push operation. In push operation I am passing three parameters, that is stack, total number of elements that can be stored in stack, as well as the top pointer. As you can see, the third argument I am passing as a reference because whatever modifications performed within these two push and pop operations, the modifications needs to be reflected back to my main method. And as I told you earlier, top is the very important pointer so far as stack operation is concerned. That is why I need to pass it by a reference, because it will increment the top position when we are increase, or we can say when we are adding element into the stack. Similarly, it will decrease the top position when we remove the element from the stack using the pop operation. Okay, and after the successful operation of push, I am displaying the content of a stack using user defined display function in which I am passing the array and a top pointer without reference, means passing by value. So let's find out the definition of push operation. Here is the definition for push function. Initially I am declaring one variable, that is new element, for getting the new element from the user. This is the first overflow condition. You can say when I can say my stack is overflow, let's say the size of my stack is 5. It means it can store only 5 elements from 0 to 4 index. So if the size of my stack is 5, then n contains the 5. So the maximum element, or you can say the element I can store to the maximum position is 4th, that is 5 minus 1. So that is why top is equals to n minus 1 will become the overflow condition for this program. And as I told you earlier, the third parameter, that is top pointer, I am passing as a reference. So I have used pointer over here, and while for accessing those top pointer, I have to write pointer in the beginning of top. Okay. If this is not overflowing, means if my stack is not overflowing, then what I have to do? First of all, I have to increment the top pointer, and then I need to ask the new data from the user, and then after I need to assign the new data to top of the stack. This is what the definition of push operation. Similarly, let's see the display method. Over here you can see display method contains two parameters in it, right? If the top contains negative value, then I can say the stack is empty because the lower bound of my stack is 0, right? So if the value of top pointer is less than 0, then I can say the stack is empty, right? Otherwise it should print the content of stack from index value 0 to top. Okay, and for that I have written a for loop in which I am printing the content of stack, that is s of I. So this is what the push function definition and display function definition. Now case number 2 is for pop operation. Over here my pop function returns me an integer value. Now what it returns? If the stack is not in underflow state, at that time it will return me the recently popped element, or else it will return me the top position. That is, if the stack is in underflow condition, then it will return me negative value. It indicates that the stack is empty or stack is underflow. Okay, and once again after successful pop operation, once again I am displaying the content of stack using the display method. Fine. Then after I will ask to the user whether he would like to continue the operation or not, right? And that I am doing with the help of res variable. If the value of res is 0, it means user would like to continue the operation, or else user do not want to continue the operation. Fine. So let us execute the code and see how stack operation works. Enter the size of stack. Let's say I would like to enter 6 elements. First one, enter your choice. Press 1 for push operation. First element is 1. As you can see, the content of stack is 1. Once again, 0 for the continuation. 1, 2, 0, 1, 3, 0, 1, 4, 0, 1, 5, 0, 1, 6. As you can see, I have inserted all the elements into my stack. Now once again I am trying to insert a new element in it. 1. Now what it is showing me? It shows me that stack is overflow, and this is the content of stack, right? Let me remove few elements from the stack and try to insert few records then after. So 0, let's say 2. So what it will return? It will return me, it will pop the recently inserted element, and recently inserted element is 6. Once again 0, 2, you can see 5 is also removed from the top of stack. Now we have 2 empty spaces in my stack. Let us try to enter new element in it. 0, 1, let's say 90. So as you can see, 90 has been inserted. 0, 1, 100. Yes, 100 can be stored because now it is the maximum size. Once again 0, 1. You can see now onwards it won't allow me to enter new element because this is the maximum storage capacity of my stack, right? Now let us try to check the underflow condition. So 0, 2. So what it will remove? It will remove the recently added element, that is 100. 0, 2, 90 has been removed. 0, 2, 4 has been removed. 0, 2, 3 has been removed. 0, 2, 2 has been removed. 0, 2, 1 has been removed, and now it shows me that the content of stack is empty. The last popped element is 1. But now onwards, if I perform the pop operation, that it will show me that the stack is underflow. So 0 and 2, you can see it shows me that the stack is underflow. Now onwards I cannot remove more elements from this stack because it contains nothing in it. Okay, I hope you understand this program very well. Now have a look once again for the code. I hope in this video lecture you have properly understood the concept of stack and stack operation. I am sure using this video lecture now you are able to implement the stack operations using C programming language. Thank you. Thanks for watching my video lecture.